Alright, let's dive deeper into this ever-entertaining yet frustrating world of Meghan Markle. It's almost like a reality show that never seems to end, and frankly, the plot twists are becoming more predictable than a bad soap opera. So, here we have Meghan, once again attempting to reignite interest by sharing behind-the-scenes footage of a podcast that has already come and gone. What's the point? It feels like she's grasping at straws, trying to keep her name in the headlines. She parades around in a string of expensive outfits, laughing like a schoolgirl who just got asked to prom, except there's no punchline, just Meghan, alone in her little world, trying to sell us on the idea that she's relatable. Let's dissect that caption for a second. I hope you get a chance to watch. It's audio. Really, Meghan? That's the best you could come up with? It's almost cringeworthy. The video features chirping birds as she waxes poetic about her podcast episode with her friend, Cassandra Morales Thursday well. And yes, we get it. You're all about female empowerment and friendship. But when your laughter sounds more like a rehearsed performance than genuine joy, people are going to notice. Social media is having a field day. Comments are rolling in, and they're not holding back. Trying so hard to be America's next top duchess, one user quipped, and honestly, they're spot on. It's like she's auditioning for a role that doesn't exist. Every exaggerated laugh, every awkward head tilt, and every over-the-top shrug feels scripted. It's as if she's trying to channel her inner it girl, but the authenticity just isn't there. Now, let's talk about her timing. Why drop this behind-the-scenes content now, after the podcast has wrapped? It's like showing up to a party that was over hours ago, clutching a half-eaten cake and expecting everyone to celebrate with you. Most brands use BTS content to build excitement, to create a buzz leading up to a release, but not Meghan. She's doing the exact opposite, letting her content fizzle into oblivion before she even tries to generate interest. It's a confusing strategy that leaves many scratching their heads. And let's not ignore the soundtrack of this whole fiasco. What is that vibe? It's like she's trying to channel some avant-garde French film but ends up sounding more like a low-budget commercial for a hipster coffee shop. It's giving off serious art school dropout vibes mixed with a Netflix deal that went horribly wrong. You can almost picture her sitting there, convinced that this makes her relatable. Look at me, I'm just a mom trying to juggle it all. But let's be real, she's not just any mom. She's a former duchess with the kind of privilege most can only dream of. The critics are relentless, and they have some valid points. If this behind-the-scenes footage is the best representation of a full day of glam, we can only imagine what the other shots must look like. I mean, come on. With a full team and multiple wardrobe changes, how is this the highlight reel? It raises more questions than it answers. What happened to all the other shots? Were they so bad that they couldn't even make the cut? And speaking of her brand, let's address the elephant in the room. It's practically disappeared. There hasn't been new stock in months, promotions are all but non-existent, and Meghan herself seems to barely promote anything consistently anymore. It's like watching a ship sink slowly while the captain pretends everything is fine. But here's the kicker, she drops these giggle fests, thinking they'll somehow save her podcast from plunging into the ratings graveyard. If she wants to spend hours laughing at herself in the mirror while playing dress-up, that's her prerogative. But expecting the world to care about a poorly timed, self-indulgent mini-movie masquerading as behind-the-scenes content? That's a whole new level of delusion. Meghan, here's a little advice. Maybe focus on delivering quality content instead of trying to dress it up with a side of whimsical nonsense. The world is tired of the relatable CEO routine when all we see is someone enamored with her own reflection. In conclusion, what Meghan is presenting as authenticity is nothing more than a theatrical performance. This isn't the kind of theater that leaves you wanting more. It's the kind that makes you want to check your watch and see how much longer you have to sit through it. The disconnect between her reality and the public's perception is glaring, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for her to bridge that gap. As we roll the credits on this episode of Meghan Markle, we're left with a sense of exhaustion. The fake giggles, the forced relatability, the endless cycle of self-promotion, it's all becoming too much. The world deserves more than this shallow performance art. It's time for something real, something authentic, not just another scripted act in a never-ending production. So, here's hoping for a more genuine next chapter, but until then, let's keep the curtains drawn on this theater of the absurd.